Hello and welcome or welcome back to Jewellery Rescue. Today we're going to be making some upcycled button jewellery. We're going to be making a chain charm bracelet and a linked button bracelet plus matching earrings. I will tell you everything that you need to get started and show you how to make these projects. So if you're new here, I'm Kat and I'm a girl on a mission to rescue and recycle the world's unwanted jewellery. I get a lot of buttons in and I wanted to have some experiments to see what we could make from them, and these are the results. Let's get straight into the video. If you want to craft along with me today, you're going to need obviously some buttons. Reclaimed and secondhand, as you know, is my preferred method, but just make sure that you're using something that's safe. You'll need some kind of charm bracelet. I've got quite a lot that I've collected here. I've got some chain to make my own. Some of these were thrifted, some were donated, some I've bought with charms on, taken the charms off and used them for other things like earrings. So we'll pick one from there. You'll need some jump rings in a corresponding colour. These ones I just pick up on Amazon and they are really good value for money. So I have silver plated, gold plated or gold tone, and these are steel. Steel is my preference because it's sustainable. There's no plating to come off it, so they're going to last so much longer. They're also stronger as well. If you do have any sort of issues with hand strength, you will find them harder to do up. So if that's an issue for you, you might want to go for a plated option. I'll pop links in the description to the ones that I use if you want to purchase the same ones. You'll also need some decent pliers. So you can obviously start off with a basic kit of pliers if you're just starting out, but if you're going to do a lot of it, you probably want a comfort pair like these that I have here. I think these are Beadsmith ones. They're called Casual Comfort. You can get them on Amazon. Again, I'll drop a link for you. This is a cheaper pair that I just use in my other hand to do the twisting, and it's got a wider flat nose which is useful for flattening wire and so on as well. Make sure you don't get a pair that have the lines, the little grooves inside. Those are more for electrical wire and so on, and they will leave marks on your metal. If you find that marking on the metal is an issue, you can use covered ones like these. Again, this is a Beadsmith pair. This is a cheaper one that I got on Amazon. Again, I'll link those in the description. I particularly like using these Beadsmith ones on sterling silver jump rings because that can mark really easily. So I use these for my earrings and things that I make as well. These are useful for flattening out wire too, or if you want to make the wire a bit stronger, you can run it along sterling silver wire to make it a bit harder to work with as well. Okay, let's have a little think about what we're going to do. So the first thing I was thinking was that perhaps we would do a line of buttons and connect them with jump rings. So let's have a look at what we might do that with. You'll probably want a ruler as well, just so that you can see how the length is coming along. If it's for you, obviously you can just test it against your wrist. These are really fun buttons, aren't they? Let's have a look. I think I'm going to take the red ones out. The purple goes quite nicely, doesn't it, with these? I actually don't think I've got jump rings that are big enough to go from there to there. So let's have a look at the round ones. So these ones we can alternate. By turning them over, we could make a little pattern. That's quite cute. Let's see, shall we go? Let's go steel because I do prefer when I know that the bracelet is going to last. And we could either go across 2 holes or we could go across 1 hole. 2 might be more sturdy for wear. Let's have a look and see what size jump ring we might need for that. Possibly a big one. So if you haven't watched my jump ring tutorial, do hop over and have a watch of that before attempting this. I will drop a link in the description to that as well. I need to open this one a little bit more. Okay, let's pop one there, and then we want one the other way up. This is my biggest jump ring in the steel, so let's see whether this will work. This is a complete experiment, by the way. I've never done this before. So if you think that this is a well-practiced tutorial, it's definitely not. We are experimenting as we go. Okay. I think that's okay. Let me do the other one. Okay, it's easier putting them back to back actually to do this. That has worked. They're slightly overlapping, but I wonder if we could make that work with the pattern. I'm going to keep on going and then I'll show you how it's looking. Okay, I have gone along until I've got them almost meeting at the back. You can take it as far as you want to. I've wanted to finish so that I had the pattern on both ends, and I'm going to make a clasp and a little safety chain. So let's work out how we're going to do that. I think we'll add 2 more jump rings to either side, and then we'll put a connecting ring in the middle. So I've done that now, and I'm going to put a smaller jump ring across both of those on either side so that we can start making our clasp. I've gone 2 sizes smaller in the jump ring pot. Your sizing, you'll need to go with the kind of feel of what feels right depending on which size buttons and jump rings you've used for the rest of the project. Okay, these would also make quite cool earrings as well. We could hang it like that, just with one button. I might do that if I've got some left over. Now, before I close this one off, I'm going to pop the clasp on this end. So the steel rings that I use actually come with a clasp. If yours doesn't, make sure that you order some in, or you could reclaim a clasp off of something else that you don't wear anymore. So I'm just going to pop that onto there and then close it up. Okay, so if you've done it exactly the right size for your wrist, you could just use that as your clasp, but I wanted to make a bit of an extension chain on mine. So all I'm going to do now is add more jump rings of the same size as this one to create my safety chain, and then I'll be able to do it up anywhere along that length of chain. So I've done that now. I've made it slightly longer than it needs to be, and I find it's always nice just to finish off the safety chain with something hanging at the bottom. So let's find a charm or something that we can add to that. But it's looking pretty fun. So here's what I'm choosing between. We could either use a button of the same, or I've got this gorgeous little glass bead with a rose in it. That would just need to go onto a head pin and be wrapped. Or if you don't have the materials or the know-how to do that, you could just take something off another piece of jewellery. This is a gorgeous little glass piece. I think it came in on its own, but you can remove things from other bits of jewellery that you no longer wear. So for example, pieces that are hanging from other earrings, bracelets, necklaces. So for example, you could just take off that bit there just to open it up like we did with the jump rings and hang them on the bottom. I'm going to go with this one because I think it's gorgeous and it complements it quite nicely. I think I've made my chain long enough already, so I'm just going to open up the last jump ring and just pop it on. So here is my finished bracelet, nicely finished off with a clasp and cute little dangle at the bottom. So the lovely thing about this is you can make it completely unique. It's just for you. There are no rules. Just have some fun with it. I also want to make a charm bracelet, so let's have a go at that next. I'm going to go for a gold tone one next with this bracelet. I may take off this big heart on here. We'll see as the project progresses. I will be using the heart buttons that I had in the same baggie as the others. So let's have a look and see which ones we're going to use. I'm just going to sort of space them along. I'm thinking I will hang them at an angle. And that's quite sweet colour-wise. So I'm obviously going to need my gold tone jump rings for this one. That one's gone on quite nicely. So the thing with charm bracelets is you need to make sure they're evenly spaced along, and also try to make sure that you put them through an even number of rings. So for example, if I put one there, it's going to hang at a different angle. You want them to be sort of 2 along, if that makes sense. So let me see if I can work out my spacing, and I will keep going. Okay, I think I've worked out my spacing with this pattern. I've changed the order slightly, so I've got a repeating pattern now rather than a focal and then going out in colours. I'm going to get those on there now. Keep checking as you're going that you've got your spacing right and that they are sitting in the right direction. It's so easy to miss one, get to the end and then realise that you've made a mistake. So I've got 3 on so far, and I'm going to keep going. It's finished and it's so cute. I love it. I did decide to take off that big heart in the end. It was just a bit incongruous with the sweet, soft feel of these little hearts. Let me take it off to show you. This is such a lovely jump ring beginner project to do. So you could do this with charms. It doesn't need to be buttons. You could do it with single earrings, whatever you fancied putting on there. I'm really pleased with this one. Let's make some earrings to match. So we'll do some of these to go with the other bracelet, and then let's have the blue ones to go with this. So exactly the same as before with the jump rings. I think we'll need to go for the big ones again for the hearts, exactly the same as on the bracelet. I'm going to put it through the same hole, and then we just need some earring hooks. So I think to keep it simple, we'll close up the jump ring. Let's do that the same on the other one. Okay, so we've got a pair there, and then I think maybe we'll just do 1 hoop on these. Let me grab a couple more of those big steel ones. Yeah, that's going to be cute. Okay, let me grab some earring wires. I always give my hands a little anti-bac before touching the earring hooks, especially if I've been using reclaimed materials. These are the hooks that I like to use. They're surgical steel and gold-plated surgical steel. I'll link those in the description as well. Now, because of the hoop facing this way and the hook facing the same way, we either need to turn the hook, the bottom part, or we add an extra jump ring. I do have a separate tutorial for how to do that. It's only a couple of minutes long. I will link that in the description below. I think for ease on this project, because it's a beginner one, we'll just add an extra jump ring. So I'm going to go for my smallest size of gold ones, and we'll open one of those up. So we're going to go through the big jump ring, and then making sure the button is facing forwards, and so is the hook. We're going to pop the hook through and then just close up the jump ring. And there we have it, now hanging the right way. I've just realised that they're both going to be hanging this way, so I think we're going to move this hoop to this one so that we've got them hanging opposite ways like that. And there we have them, they're so cute. A little matching set. We're going to do exactly the same on these ones, so a smaller steel jump ring and a pair of steel hook earrings. And here are the finished button earrings. Aren't they cute? So here's the finished set of the gingham ones. And here is the finished set with the heart buttons. It's so cute. Which one was your favourite? Let me know in the comments. Do also let me know if you've given this a go and what the results were. Check out the description links as well, because I'll pop in there links to the other tutorials that I mentioned and all the materials that you might need. On the channel, I share more about my thrifted and upcycled jewellery. You can find unbagging videos, jewellery thrift hauls, upcycling projects, tutorials and more. So make sure to hit the subscribe if you don't already. Like the video and hype it when you see it as well. There's another video on the screen that I think you might like, so check that out too, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.